Hey friends, it's about 4:30 Friday, so let's have a drink. I'm gonna finish up my series of cocktails inspired by my kids' food or beverage from around the house with a nice drink that is inspired by a classic Polish drink that has Zubrowka vodka, also known as bison grass vodka, and apple juice in it. It's super simple, but it's delicious. If you've never had Zubrowka, it's actually one of the top 3 or 4 most popular vodkas in the world. It has like a really subtle sweetness to it, I think. I don't know, maybe it's not that subtle, but I think it's delicious. Has almost like a vanilla taste to it, in my opinion. I don't have any of that, unfortunately. So I went a little bit different route. I just chose the only vodka I have, which is Stolichnaya. Not a bad vodka. But since I'll be missing a little bit of that that nice sweetness that I think the Zubrowka has, I'm gonna jazz up my drink a little bit. So this is very simple, and I really wish that it was a nice warm day and not cold as shit outside for this cocktail, but I married the kid apple juice theme, so I'm just gonna roll with it, and it'll be good. So very simple. All you're gonna do is 2-to-1 juice to vodka. So for my cocktail, I'm gonna go an ounce of vodka. So I got the ounce of my Stolichnaya, Stoli, as you peasants would refer to it, and 2 ounces of apple juice. That way I still have a little bit left over for the kids, because this is the last little bottle of apple juice that we have. So very simple, 2-to-1. What am I doing? Put that in the wrong glass. Sorry, it's been a long week. All right, it's out, no big deal. So I got my apple juice and my vodka in there, and now I'm gonna add a honey syrup that I made myself. It's very simple to make honey syrup. You just put equal parts honey and equal parts water in a pot and boil it until the honey is all turned to liquid. For mine, I threw a cinnamon stick in there as well, so it's a cinnamon honey syrup. And I'm gonna do an ounce of that, get it nice and sweet. And that's pretty much it. It's a simple drink. Again, I wish it was the summertime for this one, but I'm just gonna shake it up and serve it, and it's gonna be really good. I'm gonna put my apple wedge in there now so that it sits in the vodka while I drink the drink, and then I'll eat the apple wedge. So while I was thinking about making this drink, it brought up an old memory from the past, and it's a pretty funny story, so I thought I would tell you guys. Let me just finish shaking that up. Remember, shake it until your arm gets tired or your hand gets cold, whichever happens first. So let's go ahead and pour that out. It's got a nice frothiness because of the juice. It smells really nice. Has a nice looking color to it. And I'll just add some of that ice that I accidentally knocked out. And you know, for once I picked the wrong glass, but cheers. Oh, it's crazy good. Crazy good. So the story. My first job in a restaurant was at a Bennigan's, and I was a server. I was probably 19 years old. And I had a family of 4 or 5. They put their orders in, their drink orders, and they ordered an apple juice for the kid. He was probably about 2 years old. I just remember that he was in a high chair. He couldn't really speak. So I would say maybe between 1 and 2, we'll say. So they order the kid an apple juice. It's a really busy night. I go up to the service bar to get the kids' apple juice, because that's where you got the kids' drinks from. And there wasn't a kids' drink up. There was what looked like apple juice in a glass, kind of like this, but shorter, a rocks glass, with my apple juice ticket up right next to it. So I just assumed it was my apple juice, and I grabbed the drink, and I figured the bartenders were kind of busy. There was nobody around, so I just grabbed the drink and I brought it to the service station, and I transferred it over to a little plastic kid's cup, and I brought it to the family, and I went about my business, did some other things. I go back to probably take the food order from the family, and the dad is holding the drink, and he's smelling the kids' apple juice, and they had accents. I don't remember if they were Hispanic or Middle Eastern. I can't really remember, but they had a slight accent that I'll try not to butcher. But he said, I think this is alcohol or something. And I instantly knew what had happened. I had fucking taken alcohol off the service bar, and it was not apple juice, and I poured it into a kid's cup, and I brought it to a 2-year-old. Luckily, I'm a quick thinker, so I said, oh, no, let me see, and I took it, of course, instantly away, and I pretended to smell it, and I knew what I was smelling. And I said, oh, you know what, I think the juice might have just gone bad. And the dad said, no, look, he's drunk, and pointed to the 2-year-old. And the 2-year-old was like clawing for the drink back, and like he may have been somewhat buzzed. So I said, oh, no, it's just probably bad. Luckily, that family was very liberal. They laughed it off. They never complained about it. But I gave a 2-year-old Crown Royal on the rocks, and I put it in a kid's cup. So, nothing ever came of it. I didn't get in trouble. Nobody complained. But that kid is probably about like 23, 22 years old right now. So if you're out there, my dude, if that's a story that your family has told you for your whole life, I'm sorry. Hopefully you don't have a drinking problem because of me. If you do, I don't really know what to say except my bad. But anyway, I thought you guys might enjoy that story about apple juice. Cheers. Stay healthy.